The assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University has been conclusively resolved as the act of lone gunman Tyler Robinson, who fired a single fatal shot from a rooftop vantage. Yet the wealth of discrepancies, anomalies, and contradictory elements surrounding the event point to a deeper reality. This was a meticulously designed public spectacle intended to occur in plain sight before thousands of witnesses and countless recording devices, precisely to ensure no universal consensus on what transpired. The official resolution and its evidentiary anchors. Authorities swiftly identified and arrested 22-year-old Tyler Robinson from southern Utah, charging him with aggravated murder and pursuing the death penalty in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk on September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University. Forensic evidence provides a robust foundation for the case, including DNA matches on the recovered bolt-action .30-06 Mauser rifle, its trigger, the towel used to wrap it, and a screwdriver left on the rooftop. These traces link Robinson directly to the weapon, an heirloom from his grandfather with engraved casings, found fully assembled, scoped, chambered with a spent casing and 3 unfired rounds in shallow woods along the escape path. Digital evidence further strengthens the prosecution's position, with texts and Discord messages from Robinson referencing the event, expressing retrieval hopes for the rifle, and containing apparent confessions shared with contacts. Surveillance footage establishes a detailed timeline of Robinson's movements: early arrival near campus around 8:29 a.m. in a gray Dodge Challenger, hours of scouting in lighter clothing without evident burden, a transition to darker attire coinciding with a stiff-legged limp during the final approach around 11:50 a.m., rooftop access via public stairwells and low railing by approximately 12:15 p.m., and prone positioning leading to the 12:23 p.m. shot. Ballistics confirm the neck wound originated from this weapon fired at 142 to 150 yards. Robinson's surrender the following evening, facilitated by familial intervention after recognition from released images, closes the loop, with no indications of accomplices in official accounts describing a premeditated act by a politically motivated individual. This comprehensive evidentiary chain, combining physical forensics, digital trail, and visual tracking, delivers surface-level closure to the case, affirming Kirk's death from a single gunshot during a hyper-documented event attended by over 3,000 people. The rapid manhunt resolution, guided partly by Robinson's own communications pinpointing the rifle, underscores investigative efficiency, positioning the incident as a resolved lone actor political assassination amid heightened national violence concerns. Embedded discrepancies undermining coherence. Despite the apparent solidity of forensic and digital evidence, numerous practical anomalies challenge the formation of a fully seamless narrative, introducing elements that resist straightforward integration. The pronounced stiff right leg limp emerges exclusively during the dark-clothed final approach phase around 11:50 a.m., officially attributed to concealing the rigid scoped Mauser in pants or jeans over significant distance, yet this impairment vanishes entirely during rooftop positioning, firing, and the agile post-shot sprint across gravel, edge-hang, 10 to 15-foot drop, and unburdened wooded flea. Morning scouting in lighter clothing displays normal or minimally distinctive gait, with the undocumented clothing transition gap suggesting the burdened selective appearance may serve performative rather than functional purposes. Post-shot surveillance frames reveal no discernible rifle during the rapid escape, no hands carry, sling adjustment, toss-ahead retrieval, or visible bulk shift from the approximately 8 to 10-pound weapon, despite its recovery intact and operable nearby. Abandonment in a shallow, accessible location with chambered spent casing untouched and no disassembly attempted defies premeditated forensic minimization, particularly given over 6 hours of regional lingering with expressed retrieval intent and time for tool replacement following the rooftop screwdriver drop. Precision at distance implies expert scope zeroing unlikely in hasty on-site conditions, favoring scenarios of pre-placement independent of the visible limping transport. Extended physiological endurance, estimated 40-plus hours continuous wakefulness from pre-dawn departure through execution, evasion, casual communications, and surrender, combined with low-urgency behaviors like monitoring the disposal site amid manhunt, amplifies improbabilities in human limits under stress. Wound patterns diverging from typical high-velocity exit trauma and the heirloom's traceable yet illogical discard further compound tensions, highlighting how evidentiary anchors coexist with practical elements that strain coherent lone actor reconstruction. Visual abundance yielding interpretive fragmentation. The event saturated every available recording medium, thousands of attendee smartphones actively filming the stage from close proximity, professional live streams broadcasting in real time, campus systems covering stairwells and routes, and neighborhood ring-style cameras capturing approach paths. Graphic crowd-level videos synchronize the audible bang with Kirk's immediate neck injury and rapid blood ejection, providing vivid multi-angle documentation of the impact that circulated virally. Pre-shot citizen recordings incidentally capture a distant dark low-profile figure on the low-C center rooftop within the setup window, often with verbal reactions noting the presence, while post-shot official releases clearly depict the fluid rooftop traversal, drop, and initial wooded flee. No public footage or detailed eyewitness testimony directly captures the rooftop trigger pull or muzzle discharge, despite crowd scale and orientation toward potential vantages. Unreleased surveillance allegedly details railing traversal around 12:15 p.m. and prone positioning by 12:22 p.m., but remains withheld, creating sharp compartmentalization, abundant segmented phases, approach chains, impact graphics, escape clarity, linked inferentially yet omitting the decisive firing instant. Peripheral anomalies like simultaneous phone screen reflections or shadow bursts across devices remain inconclusive, open to sunlight artifacts or alternative interpretations. This deliberate configuration, where documentation overwhelms every surrounding phase but splices at the core act, ensures speculation supplants direct confirmation, sustaining viable alternatives such as decoy-prone figures masking concealed sources or non-rooftop origins despite plain-sight scale. Crowd filming produces no unified trigger-pull visual amid active recording, allowing persistent interpretive diversity and doubt in an environment engineered for maximum capture yet minimum closure. The designed outcome: perpetual lack of consensus. All elements of the Charlie Kirk incident at Utah Valley University on September 10, 2025, converge on a singular, deliberate intent to orchestrate a high-profile public spectacle, whether constituting a genuine assassination, an attempted one, or a simulated event, under conditions of maximum documentation saturation, embedding discrepancies and improbabilities that guarantee enduring ambiguity and prevent any universal consensus on what occurred. Evidentiary anchors, such as the recovered heirloom Mauser rifle with its chambered spent casing, DNA links, and self-referential digital messages, appear conveniently traceable to frame a lone actor narrative, yet their placement in a shallow, accessible wooded spot after hours of lingering proximity raises questions of contrived convenience amid broader vagueness in transitions and mechanics. This configuration ensures that surface-level resolution coexists with layered interpretive possibilities, where forensic solidity paradoxically highlights potential orchestration rather than dispelling doubt. Whether Kirk succumbed to a bullet from the reported rooftop vantage, an alternative projectile or effect sinking to the audible bang, or a non-lethal simulation producing the visible neck wound and blood spray, the spectacle achieves its primary goal through data overload deliberately amplifying anomalies. Limp asymmetries, pronounced only in the final dark-clothed approach yet absent in morning scouting and post-shot agile escape, suggest performativity over practical burden. Invisible rifle transitions in released footage, illogical intact abandonment despite retrieval opportunities, visual splices omitting direct firing capture, and extended physiological endurance spanning over 40 hours without rest all contribute to sustaining viable alternatives, from pre-placed expertly zeroed weapons to decoy figures or staged wound mechanics. No agreement forms on core aspects: causation of injury, linkage of visible figures to the act, motive depth, or even outcome lethality, despite the event unfolding before thousands in plain sight. This exploitation of recording ubiquity, thousands of close-up attendee phones, live streams, and surveillance chains producing abundant segmented captures, paradoxically renders universal explanation impossible, precisely as the engineered endpoint. Partial visuals link elements inferentially, impact graphics syncing bang to wound, escape clarity showing unburdened flee, yet critical omissions and practical tensions ensure speculation proliferates. The result is sustained perceptual and political division, where plain sight observation yields not clarity but perpetual fragmentation, demonstrating how hyperdocumentation in contemporary environments can facilitate spectacles defined by inherent, irresolvable doubt irrespective of underlying reality. Conclusion: engineered ambiguity as the core of the Charlie Kirk incident. The Charlie Kirk incident at Utah Valley University on September 10, 2025, while officially resolved as the fatal assassination of Kirk by lone gunman Tyler Robinson via a single rooftop shot, reveals through its embedded anomalies a meticulously crafted public spectacle designed to unfold in plain sight under extreme documentation yet yield perpetual lack of universal consensus. Evidentiary anchors, forensic DNA on the heirloom Mauser, digital confessions guiding recovery, surveillance timelines, and ballistics, establish surface closure of a premeditated political act amid a hyper-recorded event with thousands of attendees and devices. Yet practical discrepancies undermine coherence. Selective limp performativity suggesting staged burden rather than actual transport, invisible rifle transitions defying visibility in frames, illogical intact abandonment despite lingering opportunities for alteration, wound patterns atypical for reported caliber, and improbable 40-plus hour endurance with casual post-act communications. Visual saturation, graphic impact captures, escape clarity, approach chains, segments critically at the firing instant, with no public direct discharge footage amid crowd scale, unreleased pre-shot details, and inconclusive peripheral flashes, ensuring speculation supplants confirmation and sustains alternatives like pre-placed expert weapons or decoy elements. All converge on the engineered outcome. Overload amplifies anomalies, limp asymmetries, transitional gaps, abandonment contradictions, spliced visuals, guaranteeing enduring ambiguity irrespective of genuine lethality or simulation. Plain sight observation paradoxically produces not clarity but sustained division, with no agreement on causation, mechanics, identity, or depth, precisely the spectacle's intent in exploiting recording ubiquity for irresolvable doubt.